A sudden silence falls over one of the busiest airports in the Middle East. Flights are grounded. Radar systems flicker. Communication lines begin to fail. Within minutes, a country's main international gateway is effectively shut down. No invasion. No tanks crossing borders. Just precision, speed, and disruption. This is not a hypothetical anymore. Recent developments suggest that modern warfare is entering a new phase, one where critical infrastructure like airports can become the primary battlefield. And at the center of this shift, Israeli airstrikes have rained down on 3 neighborhoods in Beirut while Israeli army says it launched new attacks on the Iranian capital Tehran. Missile and drone attacks continue to target the Gulf region and beyond, with Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE and Kuwait reporting interceptions. An Amnesty International investigation finds the U.S. responsible for the attack on an Iranian primary school that killed at least 170 people, mostly schoolgirls. Germany says it has no intention of joining the U.S.-Israeli war as Europe's foreign policy chief says EU nations have no appetite to send forces to ensure open navigation in the Strait of Hormuz, where Iran says it has closed access to our enemies. Iran says more than 50 heritage sites damaged in U.S.-Israeli attacks. At least 56 museums, historical monuments, and cultural sites in Iran have been damaged due to the ongoing U.S. and Israel strikes in the country, according to the country's heritage ministry. Islamic Republic News Agency, IRNA, quoted the ministry as saying that of the total of sites damaged, at least 19 were located in the capital Tehran, including the Golestan Palace, the Tehran Bazaar, as well as the former Israeli jets hit building in southern Lebanon after evacuation threat. Israel is carrying out airstrikes targeting a building in the village of Arab al-Jal in southern Lebanon after issuing a threat for residents to evacuate, the national news agency is reporting. The Israeli army earlier issued a threat for residents to leave targeted areas or face danger, claiming it was targeting Hezbollah military infrastructure in the designated buildings. Two more drones intercepted over eastern Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia has intercepted 2 more drones over the east of the country, the Ministry of Defense says. The statement came shortly after the ministry said it had destroyed 12 drones over the region in recent hours.
I have to say I was shocked by the ferocity of the Iranian attacks.
Iran war latest, drones and rockets fired at U.S. Embassy, as Trump admits shock at Iran attacks. The U.S. Embassy in Baghdad has been targeted by explosive drones and another tanker has been hit near the UAE, which had to close its airspace overnight due to threats from Iran. Follow the latest. The United States-Israel war on Iran continues to intensify as attacks on multiple cities kill civilians, including a newborn baby and his 2-year-old sister in Iraq City. The conflict has spread as Iran has retaliated against U.S. assets in neighboring countries, while Israel has carried out bombing in southern
U.S.
Lebanon
assets
against
in
the
a neighboring country.
Hezbollah army. Attacks on Iranian cities. A series of large explosions were reported in northern Tehran near the Sadabad Palace complex, following earlier attacks on central Tehran, Karaj, Shahryar, and Shiraz. A 3-day-old infant and his 2-year-old sister were among those killed in a U.S.-Israeli attack that hit their home in the city of Iraq, according to Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC. The children's mother and grandmother were also killed in the attack. Iran's English-language news channel Press TV cited the IRGC as saying, Iranian retaliation and stance. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian has defended Tehran's right to self-defense, saying Iran did not start the war and will not surrender to bullies. Iranian primary school. An Amnesty International investigation confirmed that a U.S. attack on an Iranian primary school killed at least 170 people, most of whom Israel's Defense Minister Katz says Iran's security chief Ali Larijani has been killed. The Israeli army also said it killed Basij Force commander Gholamreza Soleimani in an attack last night. Iran has not commented on the claims yet. Israeli airstrikes have rained down on 3 neighborhoods in Beirut while Israeli army says it launched new attacks on the Iranian capital Tehran. Israel launched a new wave of attacks on Tehran as the US-Israel war on Iran entered its 17th day on Monday. Escalations continue in the Gulf region, where authorities suspended flights at Dubai International Airport after a drone incident sparked a fire nearby. Dubai-based Emirates announced later that it was resuming limited flights, with several planned routes cancelled for the day. In the Gulf, authorities in Dubai reported that a fire erupted after a drone-related incident in the vicinity of the Dubai airport. Authorities said a fuel tank was affected, and the fire had been contained. Flights at the airport were temporarily suspended, but Dubai airport then resumed a limited schedule on Monday. A fire broke out at an industrial zone in the UAE's Fujairah after a drone strike, the Emirates media office said, also on Monday. And in Abu Dhabi, the capital of the UAE, a missile hit a car, killing a Palestinian resident. Saudi Arabia said it intercepted 37 drones in its east on Monday. Riyadh did not say where the drones came from. Bahrain, Kuwait and Qatar also reported drone interceptions on Sunday. Saudi state media reported that Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan discussed the latest regional developments during a phone call, affirming that the GCC countries will continue to exert all their efforts to defend their territories. Iran-US war latest, Israel claims security chief Ali Larijani killed in new strikes after Tehran attacks U.S. embassy. The Israeli military has claimed to kill top security chief Ali Larijani in fresh strikes after Iran attacked the U.S. embassy in Baghdad. Defense Minister Israel Katz claimed that Larijani is dead after the Israeli military confirmed they had targeted the security chief. The military also claimed to kill Gholamreza Soleimani, who headed up Basij, a paramilitary volunteer militia within the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. There has been no confirmation from Iran that they are dead. Meanwhile, Iran has attacked the U.S. embassy in Baghdad with rockets and drones on Tuesday in what local officials described as the most intense assault on the building since the war began. Tehran launched a fresh wave of attacks on countries across the Middle East as the U.S.-Israeli war on Iran entered its third week, with at least 2,000 people dead and no end in sight. The Al Rashid Hotel, in Baghdad's heavily fortified Green Zone, was also damaged during the strikes on the Iraqi capital. Security sources said that 2 Katyusha rockets had been intercepted that evening near the embassy. The ICRC's head of delegation in Tehran has said that Iran's civilian population is struggling the most with the escalating violence in the country, as he affirmed international humanitarian law must be upheld.